Hey guys, today I will be doing a S to F tier list on all of the infantry, artillery, and land vehicles in Noobs in Combat, but it will be based off of how cool they are and how fun they are to play. So this will be very opinionated as it is not stat-based whatsoever. Alright. To start, we have anti-air cannon. Now, that's a pretty difficult start because it's not that cool, really, in my opinion. I mean, the ability to shoot airplanes is cool, but it doesn't come in use very often, which means you don't use it very often, which means it's not fun. C tier, just because the cannon part's kind of cool. Anti-air gun, it's a very similar situation. Honestly, I'm putting it in D just because it's not really cool. Actually, no, it can do the land attack, I believe, so that gives it a bit more use as well. Anti-air truck, I like the design, so I'll put it above those two, but it's really just all the anti-air things. I wish this wasn't ranked from A to Z, because that means we get all the anti-air stuff first, which is kind of boring. Except for the spag, which it doesn't start with an A. Alright, anti-tank gun. It's a bit cooler. It looks kind of like artillery, which is cool. I think I'll put it in B tier, but that's about it. It'll probably end up being in lower B tier later on. APC, it doesn't look very cool, to be honest. It looks kind of like a box with a turret on the top. So it doesn't look very cool, so I don't know, the turret's fine, but, and I kind of like that you can, like, see the heads of the units inside sometimes, so I won't put it in D for that. Armored car, I don't want to throw everything in C, but I mean, armored car isn't that bad. It's kind of unique, but kind of not, because it's similar to all the other things in its path, which makes sense, right? It's in the same path. So I guess the path is unique, but the armored car itself isn't really anything special, so I'm just going to drop in C tier. Assault gun, yeah, it is pretty much just a better light tank. I can't remember what the price is. It might be higher than the light tank. If it is, then whatever. Which, obviously, the price doesn't matter. This tier list is not about that. But, yeah, it plays similar to a light tank, except, you know, radios help it and stuff. Probably B, just because it doesn't play that bad. I don't know. There's not much to say about it, in my opinion. AT rifle, definitely A. Obviously, in the actual game, AT rifle's not super good all the time, but AT rifle is based off of, I believe the AT rifle is just generally based off of, like, the big sniper rifles that are usually portrayed to be, like, in video games, they're usually portrayed as normal sniper rifles that happen to be really powerful, where they're actually not supposed to be that. They're supposed to be AT rifles, you know. I believe the Barrett is one of those. Anyway, they're just really cool. I think the AT rifle looks really cool. So yeah, I'm putting it up there, even though it's, like, not good at all, in my opinion, in most scenarios. All right, battle tank. Battle tank, it's got to go pretty high. The design is kind of just like a tank, really, so I don't have much to say about that, but it's really fun to play. I'll probably put it above AT rifle just because it's fun that when you get high veterancy, you can one-shot, like, all the little light armored vehicles, which is fun, just running around because you have so much range, and the one-shotting power is nice, and 3 rockets. You know, it's fun. Bazooka's definitely A as well, also probably above AT rifle, just because it's the classic Roblox bazooka, and it has, like, a cool animation that also shoots the classic, like, Roblox rocket, and it, like, goes down a bit, which it doesn't in Roblox, but, you know, it looks cool. It looks cool, and it's a classic, so yeah. Biker's interesting. I don't really like the design, but it does, when it attacks, it does have like a kind of nice animation where it like jumps up forward a little bit, so I will put it in B, even though I don't really like how the biker looks. Alright, this guy looks like he's got a blindfold on, honestly. Like he's about to go to sleep. I don't even know what the sleep blindfold things are called. But that's what it looks like. It does not look like some kind of glasses to me, but I guess that's just me. See, this looks like actual glasses here, right? Not that we're covering Battleship because this is a bit outdated and does not have the new aerial and sea stuff, so I'm just not doing any of that yet. Bunker Buster. Bunker Buster is just like the concept that you're able to attack in enemy cover is really cool. So I think I'll put that in high B just because the concept's really cool. It can be used pretty well as well, but well, it's not super fun in my opinion, so I'm not really giving it any extra points for that. Oh, we've got all these sea vehicles now. Field gun. Field gun. Nope, that's not what I meant. It's cool. It's just kind of the classic artillery, you know. I'd probably just throw it higher than the assault gun. It's just the classic artillery. It's not really fun because it doesn't do very much damage, so it's not super satisfying to hit enemies with it. But it's also pretty easy to hit enemies with it because it's so cheap that you can also afford better radio units. So, you know, it's just how it is. Flamethrower, the concept's cool. It is fun to be able to like one-shot enemy infantry inside of cover, but that's pretty rare. It's especially rare considering that I like never use the flamethrower because it's not good. So I really can't put it up very high. I can put above this stuff though, just because there is that moment when you get an enemy inside of cover. But your flamethrower also dies really easily, which is not very fun. Next we have Grunts M. The idea that they can heal themselves is definitely interesting, a cool concept, but you know, they're just kind of tanks, which means they're not very fun to play. And they also don't look like cool, you know? So I'll probably put them somewhere in C tier, not quite as high as Flamethrower because there aren't really particularly fun moments that you're only going to get with Grunts M, right? That's kind of the same thing with Grunts. I'll put it a little bit lower than Grunts M just because they don't have the cool concept of having a healer, and Grunts are just another unit with a radio. They are arguably one of the best, but it doesn't matter, you know? I don't care if it's the best. Half track. Half track. Trying to remember what the crap this looks like. I think it's kind of another C where it's not bad, but I don't really have anything crazy to say about it. So I'd feel bad putting it behind this stuff, but this stuff itself also isn't that bad, so it is where it is. Heavy tank is kind of lame. It's like the battle tank, but less fun, really. Less fun ability. It's just you can have a little bit more money if you use them because they cost a little bit less. So really, I'll just put them at the bottom of B because there is still the ability to one-shot with veterancy, the light vehicles, but it's not as often and therefore not as fun. Alright, howitzer. Howitzers are fun. You get the cheaper howitzer, not the mobile howitzer, and you get to have a lot more of them because, you know, they're cheaper. So I'd say this is really fun in defense just because you'll have so many enemies coming at you and you can hit like all of them with this thing. So I'm definitely going to put in A, probably even above bazooka just because it's fun, right? IFV, I kind of want to give it some credit for being the first one with like the explosive bullets. I'm just going to call them spag ammo at this point. The first one with the spag ammo and with the like actual missile. Unfortunately, those are now on other things, and it's better on those other things. But this is still really good for, like, moving troops, but that's not really fun, you know? I can imagine a scenario where you go into some place with a bunch of enemies, you use the spag ammo, you drop a couple troops out to fight, you know, that would be fun, but it's not going to happen very often, so I'm just going to put it low B tier, which is, it's sad to see the spag go that way, but it is what it is. Even though I think it's legitimately really good in the actual game, but it's not that cool in my opinion. Cool or fun. Light gunner's cool, just the... Why can't I remember what the ability is called, but where you can attack enemies on their own turn if it moves into the range. I would definitely put it probably high B tier, but I believe in the Discord server they said they were going to nerf it, so that will make it less fun, which is unfortunate. And I don't really understand the reason for the nerf, because I think the light gunner is honestly a bit underpowered in my opinion. That might be because I'm just not smart and know how to use it, but still, it just seems unnecessary. I will cover the light gunship just because that's kind of a land vehicle in my opinion. You can, you know, whatever. My opinion is the only opinion that matters right now. Okay, light gunship is, it's pretty good. I kind of want to put an S tier. It's probably going to be like the lowest S tier, but still. Light gunship's fun because you got a powerful machine gun, you got, I believe, accurate rockets, and you don't have as many as you once did, but I believe they are accurate now, unless that got changed. But anyway, you got, it's just a fun stuff, and if the enemies don't have any anti-air, they're completely screwed, and it's hilarious when that happens, which it doesn't happen very often anymore, but it does sometimes. Alright, light tank is not very cool. I'm just gonna drop in C tier because it's just like the most basic tank model, so it doesn't look very cool, and that's pretty much it. There's not much else to say. It doesn't shoot very far. There's really nothing fun about the light tank, and it gets one tapped a lot. So actually, just because of the one tapping, I'm dropping it to D. We need to get some more. Need to get some more D tier things. I don't even know if I'm gonna put anything in S tier, to be honest, just because I like all the units. Medium gunner, it looks cool. It does look cool, but it's not as fun as the light gunner, so I'm just gonna throw it above Grunt's M, just because it's not as fun. It is cool to hit enemies when they go into your range, but you also can't go in and attack them mobily, which sucks. And I don't think he's gonna get nerfed, probably. It's probably just the light gunner, which might put them on pretty level playing ground, which they already kind of are in my tier list. Medium tank, it's just a little bit better than light tank, just enough to not go in C because it doesn't get one-shotted, like, ever, actually. It can be two-shotted pretty easily in a lot of scenarios, but it makes a pretty big difference in my opinion. Mobile field gun, but it can also be used in attacking, which is cool, but that also kind of gets rid of some of the niceness of not being able to have like the same quality or quantity of radio units, which means you're going to use it a little bit less, but just because of the mobileness and the fact that you can now use it on attack as well, I will put it a little bit above field gun and anti-tank gun and bunker buster. I'm just throwing it to the top of B, but it is definitely not going to A. Mobile howitzer, it's also pretty good. I don't know if I want to put this one above howitzer, probably just a bit below. I don't know about that one. I think the mobile howitzer isn't above the normal howitzer in fun. Well, first of all, it doesn't look that cool, and the howitzer looks really cool in my opinion. So it's not as fun because while it has a lot of good mobility, howitzer is just not as fun attacking usually, unless the units are like really crowded and there's a ton of them. If that's the case, it is really fun, but the howitzer is also like really fun pretty much on any defense mission. Mortar team, I think the concept's really cool. They're not that fun to use because they do very little damage, but it's also just like, if you just notice, hey, I can get some free damage right now because I've got like whatever they're called, I got normal grunts and a mortar team, and I can just like get some free damage. You know, that's nice, but you know, if you make a strategy around it, it's not gonna be fun. So I'm just gonna drop it to the bottom of D tier, but the free damage basically is cool. Multi-H tank, let's see, yeah, that's multi-heavy. That's nice because you have the multi-explosive, which is really good against morale, which obviously doesn't matter, but it's fun because you're like, haha, I'm destroying their morale. You know, that's cool. So I'd probably put it A tier, probably above howitzer even, just because the shooting multiple missiles is really nice, and you also have the option of using a machine gun and a missile on the same turn. Alright, multi-light tank. This one's cool because you'd shoot multiple machine gun like attacks in the same turn, which is nice. It's very good against their both health and morale, because infantry is really weak, so it's super effective against them. I kind of don't know why you'd use the light tank, because this exists, because the light tank like explosive attack to so little damage. I don't want to put it in low B, probably high B, which I kind of want to put it in A, but I don't know. Multi-medium, it's multi-light, but with this kind of explosive attack and more expensive. So I can't really forgive the more expensive though, because that means you got less units, which means less fun. I'll put it above biker. Yeah. Radio tech, easy S tier. How could you not? It's super sad that they made it unobtainable now, which is cringe, but I don't think I'm going to put it above the light gunship, but it is really cool to just absolutely destroy one specific unit with the missiles, and it's also really cool if you like run in and sacrifice the radio tech, but it gets a lot of kills with the other attack. So it's cool, it's fun. Well, yeah, it's both of those. Recoilless rifle. I think the recoilless rifle looks really cool, and the concept is really cool. It's also, I don't know if it's super fun, you know, because it's usually, in my opinion, the most fun defense units are the ones that hit multiple tiles, since you have so many enemies coming at you, which this does not hit multiple tiles. So I'm probably going to put it another high B, but not above multi-L tank. Alright, we're getting pretty far. Recon car, I think, if I'm correct, yeah, the whole concept of being able to move in, do some artillery, attack them with the actual recon car, and then leave is really cool. It doesn't always work, especially if you don't have roads, but when it does, it is the best thing you will ever experience. So it's definitely going A, probably above mobile howitzer. Let's see, we got, I keep looking at all these water ones, which don't matter. Recon tank, I don't really like the recon tank. It does, you know, the damage is good, but the damage is never fun if you're not one-shotting or attacking multiple times like the multi-H tank. So the damage doesn't really help in my book. I think it looks kind of goofy, and that's really it. There's just not much to the recon tank because it also gets killed super easily. So I think I'll put it above the anti-air stuff, but it's not that great in my opinion. Riflemen, they got the M1 Grand, and I believe, like, I believe so, but I believe they also have like the noise for it, which is pretty easy A tier. Probably, it's bottom of A tier, but it's still A tier, I guess. So it's not pretty easy A tier, but it is A tier. Alright, rocket battery, the design looks cool, the idea is cool, but it doesn't shoot as many rockets as the rocket truck, which makes it a little bit less fun, but I will put it at the top of C tier. Rocket truck, on the other hand, it does shoot more missiles, and it's in a truck. It looks cool, it's fun, and the animations of the like person getting in and out of the truck are cool, I think. So I'll put them above recoilless rifle. RPG is pretty nice. Probably just drop at the bottom of A tier, just because the RPG is cool, right? And it has one-shotting potential, which is actually, I'm going to put a bit higher, because when you one-shot like a light tank, that is really, really nice, even higher than that, just because one-shotting is very fun to do in this game, especially if it's on accident, which happens a lot with the RPG. Scout car, it's not bad artillery, so not artillery, not bad radio, so I'll probably just drop it below mortar team there, so bottom of B tier. Not much to say about it. The sniper I don't think looks very cool, in my opinion. He's just kind of a nothing burger, and he doesn't do anything fun. So he, honestly, now I think about it, he doesn't do anything fun, because I think he can only one-shot units with a singular infantry, if that, and he probably needs veterancy as well, so, you know, like, he's kind of good in-game for a sight, but it's really not, like, a cool or fun unit, you know? Sniper team, on the other hand, has a lot more going for it, with the massive radio range, cool sniper rifle, and a little bit more damage. But, you know, the more damage, I think, kind of matters, because I believe with, I can't remember what it's called, veterancy, you can one-shot two soldier units. I'm not sure if that's true, but I believe that is the case. So I'm going to put an A just because it's got a lot of cool things going for it, and possibly the ability to one-shot 2-unit enemies. The Spag. Spag is S tier. This is like my favorite. This is my boy. The Spag, I believe it's like super... I don't know, but it's got super and then something with a P, anti-air gun. I need to know what that P stands for. Anyway, it's really cool because it is so... Well, it looks really cool and has the 4 barrels or the... like minigun 4 barrels. Those designs look great. I don't like the one where it has 2 barrels, which unfortunately is like most of them, I believe, including my beloved toy soldier skin. So I'm sad about that, but it's still not making me take it down, just because it's so fun to use. It one-shots like every air vehicle, and it one-shots like almost all infantry. I don't think it one-shots 3-unit infantry usually, but it one-shots most infantry. It does a ton of damage to the rest, and it one-shots like pretty much anything with light armor. So it's just fun, even if it's arguably, I mean, I think it is good in the game, honestly. I think it's good. Some people might not. Supply carrier. Supply carrier is good, especially just with like really consuming, I'm gonna say, units like the battle tank. I'll put it up here just because, you know, it may, without the supply carrier, stuff like the battle tank isn't going to be fun, because it can't get supplied nearly as fast without the supply carrier. So yeah, I'll put it up there, just even though I'm not a huge fan of the design, but it keeps other units fun. Supply truck, I think the ability to move crazy far on roads especially is super just satisfying, and I like the design. I can't put it above supply carrier because it doesn't help like battle tanks and stuff as much, battle tanks and multi-H tanks, but I still like the design and the going super far. Supply wagon, I like the idea that you got a horse. That's cool, especially because his name is Juan. Is it? Okay. I don't know if it's Juan or Jean, and there's really no way for you guys to tell me in the comments, so it is what it is. I'm just gonna not say it again in this video, just in case I say it wrong. I'm probably gonna put it... I can't put it above rocket truck, but horse is cool. It's like supply that acts like, has infantry movement. Tank destroyer is pretty lame. It like doesn't one-shot anything, and as far as I can remember, I don't think it one-shots like anything, and it just looks like another tank. It just looks like another tank. I'm throwing it behind medium tank. Alright, we're about at the end. Tankette, I think, is nice because it's super cheap, and it has like a machine gun on it. It's not crazy cool. I'll probably just throw it to the top of C tier, but I think that cheaper units are more fun just because you can have more units, which means even more fun. Alright, transport truck. I thought that was supply truck for a second there. I was scared because I had already put supply truck up there. Transport truck, it's a cool design, I think, but it's really nothing crazy special. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have more units in S tier, but I guess this is literally all my opinion, so I'm the one to blame. Transport truck, I'll just probably put it in low B tier. This is all of those units, all the water units that they have listed on here, so it is very out of date. Obviously, there's no air units. I guess thank you guys for watching until the end of this. I'm sure you disagree with many things. Of course, remember, while it is my opinion, if you argue in the comments, it does help out my video, so I encourage you to do that. I will be seeing you guys later. Thanks for watching.